Please remember, India does not have a national language. We have official languages. When you go to tier 3 cities, you will still find the same approach. वो टीचर बता देगा कि ये A for apple है, ये रहा पिक्चर, ये B for ball है, ये रहा पिक्चर. देखो और समझो. TLM, which is teaching learning material. वो 2-4 फ्लैश कार्ड लेके पढ़ा रही होगी. बट नो बडी विल टेल दोज किड्स कि अब रियल लाइफ में तुम कहाँ इन वर्ड्स को देख पा रहे हो. तो जब आप कहते हो कि हमने ग्रामर पढ़ी है, हमने तो इंग्लिश पढ़ी है, आपने पढ़ी है, पर आपने उसको प्रैक्टिकली नहीं पढ़ा है. आपको नहीं पता कि उसको ग्रामर स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ के मुझे यूज कहाँ करना है. दे डू अंडरस्टैंड कि वो बोल क्या रहा है. ओके, व्हाट इज द नेटिव स्पीकर टॉकिंग अबाउट, बट दे कांट टॉक अबाउट इट देमसेल्व्स. Okay, so they have good listening powers, they have good listening comprehension, but they can't really talk about it themselves. सोचते हो मैं ये बोलना चाहती हूँ, पर ये बोलने के लिए मुझे ये नहीं पता कि मैं exactly word क्या यूज करूँ, बोलूँ कैसे. इंग्लिश सीखने का मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि आपकी एक्सेंट एकदम ब्रिटिश है या अमेरिकन है and you sound very foreign in your tone. That is not learning English. That is just copying. Somebody comes to you and they tell you कि ये 1 महीने का 10 दिन का क्रैश कोर्स कर लो, अंग्रेजी सीख लो.
And I think there are several shops in the market who are saying आओ एक हफ्ते में एकदम fluent English सीख लो.
Language acquisition is a scientific approach. Okay, it is not a crash course to be done in 10 days.
My name is Aishwarya Srivastav and welcome to the first edition of eFluent podcast. How often have you wondered why despite learning English in schools and colleges, we lag behind it? Why is it so? बचपन से लेके आज तक हम अपने स्कूल में सारे सब्जेक्ट्स इंग्लिश में पढ़ते हैं, लेकिन जब बोलने की बारी आती है तो हम हिचकिचाते हैं. ऐसा क्यों होता है? चाहे प्रेजेंटेशन देना हो, चाहे रिक्रूटर के सामने अपनी फीलिंग्स एक्सप्रेस करनी हो इंग्लिश में, हम नहीं बोल पाते हैं, हम अटकते हैं. ऐसा क्यों? कभी इसके बारे में नहीं सोचा है? अगर नहीं तो कोई बात नहीं. To help you out with that, we have Miss Rachita, who is an English spoken trainer and coach, and she will help you with some amazing facts and interesting figures. Welcome, Rachita.
Thank you. So, how are you doing?
It's great.
That's the very first thing that anybody would ask you. Alright, let's get going.
Yeah.
So my major and I think the basic question that I would like to start with, why English is such an important language for us? Why it is mandatory for us? English हमारे लिए इतना ज़रूरी क्यों है? क्यों ये इतना ज़्यादा हमारे लिए इसे important बन गया हमारी day to day life में?
I think उसका एक बहुत मेजर फैक्टर है that first of all understand India is one of the growing economies, right? We are somewhere on the median here, not too above, not too below, but yes we are there. Another factor is that English is a global language. ये बहुत ही ज़्यादा exclusively term use होता है बहुत सारी जगहों पे, and people say oh English is a global language, you have to be a global citizen. So while they all fancify all of this, that's fine, but उसके अलावा there are many factors जो figures और facts पर based हैं. So to begin with it, I'll tell you, almost 1.5 billion people from 96 countries speak English either as their first language or as lingua franca, which is just another way of talking in a language which is common for two groups of people who don't speak the same language. So let's say if you and I don't speak the same language और हमें communication करना है किसी तरीके का, तो हम lingua franca use करते हैं. So we will use a language which is common to us, that we know on some level. You know basic English, I know basic English, we'll be able to at least communicate, right? So that's what English does. Second of all, you go to internet. Okay, you scroll and you browse on any given topic. The majority of it, almost 52% of the content is in English language. So knowing this language gives you access to information, also to entertainment. Again, a very big factor to count in. Come to science and technology. So if you look at it, all the research articles, your patents, scientific researches, theories, whatever documentation you want to find, you want to read about, the majority of it is done in English. Reason being, this language is recognized by most of the countries. There will be very few countries who do not recognize this language or do not use it in some form or the other. Coming to another factor, UN acknowledges English as it's one of the official languages, which means it's, English is on a platform where other languages are not there yet. There is French, there's Arabic as well, which is recently added. But Hindi is not there, okay? And there are other regional languages for other countries also, which are not accounted for as of now in UN. So English is one language that you can use for international relations and business again, because UN has sort of acknowledged it. And most importantly, you will find that if you want to go for any career advancement, you want to showcase your skill set. Unless you have a good grasp of this language and you can communicate effectively, the recruiters are more likely to sort of turn you down if you do not present yourself well. It's not a prejudice, it's just one of the basic requirements, because it's a global language, so you have to be very thorough with it. So इन सारे factors की वजह से क्या होता है, English एक थोड़ा pedestal पे अभी पहुंच चुका है on on the international level, you'll say. So it is recognized, it is acknowledged, and it is used extensively. So that's why I think it's very, very important to know this language.
But the thing that the point that you have mentioned, like that UN में भी अब English आ चुका है, उसको एक proper right मिल चुकी है. If I talk about other countries, like फ्रांस की लैंग्वेज है फ्रेंच, राइट? जर्मनी की लैंग्वेज है जर्मन, राइट? So people are curious to learn those languages. But if I talk about our India, we have our mother tongue, that is Hindi. So do you feel that Hindi is not getting that kind of importance in terms of language as comparative to English? We all are representing ourselves in English, but if I talk about our mother language, Hindi, it is not giving any kind of impact. Why it's so?
True. See, the considerate amount of Hindi speakers is also high. ऐसी बात नहीं है. There is a substantial proportion of people worldwide who speak Hindi in some form or the other. Mainly Hindi Fiji Islands में बोली जाती है या इंडिया में बोली जाती है, right? You will find some parts of Indonesia very marginal where it is again spoken or used in some form. अगर मैं पर्टिकुलरली इंडिया का एग्जांपल अभी लूँ और यू आस्क मी कि हम इंडिया में तो बोल सकते हैं ना, इंडिया में तो रिकॉग्निशन हम हिंदी को एज अ ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज या नेशनल लैंग्वेज दे सकते हैं. द रीजन टू दैट इज हम नहीं कर पाएंगे, बिकॉज प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, इंडिया इज अ वेरी वेरी डाइवर्स कंट्री. बचपन से सुनते आ रहे हैं डाइवर्स है, पर वो डाइवर्स और सारे फैक्टर्स में भी है अपार्ट फ्रॉम द कल्चरल एस्पेक्ट, और भी फैक्टर्स आर देयर टू अकाउंट इन. Now 100 languages are being spoken here, okay, out of which 22 are your official languages, which are used for official purposes by the government. ठीक है. Now even if you break it down, you will find कि almost 43% people speak Hindi. ठीक है, so majority constitute हो गया. But you move down to the south, you will find that 8% people speak Bengali across India. Then you come to Marathi, Telugu, Tamil, 7% speakers, so on and so forth. वो चलता रहता है. Every region will have a different type of dialect. Every region will have a different language. Now official communications cannot feasibly cater to all of this, right? So the same thing happened when India gained independence from the Britishers. The same debate happened, that why can't Hindi be the national language or the official language. So at that time it was Hindustani, which was a mix of Hindi and Urdu. So many people debated that Hindi or Hindustani should be the language. However, B.R. Ambedkar, who drafted the constitution, was very firm on the stance that if Hindi is given that sort of privilege, kept on that pedestal, it will marginalize other sects of the society. तो उन लोगों का क्या जो हिंदी नहीं बोलते? You go to West Bengal, you go to Maharashtra, you go to south of India, okay, you go to Karnataka, you go any place apart from north part of India. Even if you go to northeastern India, western India, Hindi is not the majority of the language. What about those people? How are they going to feel sort of counted in? So hence it was decided that English will stay, even though it's a foreign language. It is staying because it is acting as a unifying force for the country at the moment. Hindi को official language बनाया, English को official language बनाया. Now every state has its own official language, whatever the regional language is, and they use that as well. Right? So in terms of viability, हर 15-20 किलोमीटर पे डायलेक्ट्स चेंज होते हैं इंडिया में.
Yeah.
अगर हम वो सारे डायलेक्ट्स भी काउंट इन फैक्टर इन करने लगे तो इस हिसाब से तो वी विल हैव लाइक लॉट्स ऑफ थिंग्स, यू नो, अ लॉन्ग लिस्ट टू लुक
Yeah,
एट.
yeah.
So keeping all of that in mind, I think it was well decided that Hindi and English will be factored in as the official languages. And please remember, India does not have a national language. We have official languages, which is Hindi and English. So there's no national language as such.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the quite interesting fact that I came across. Since you have mentioned about the languages, we all like talking about in the government sector. All the documents are formulated in Hindi, especially matlab, there are two types of question paper. If I talk about the most toughest exam of India, and that is UPSC.
Right.
There are two types of languages because there are students who doesn't understand, matlab they have a problem, like the basic problem about the language, like they are not able to understand the English. For that they choose the Hindi question paper.
Right.
But so what type of problem they are facing, since they are learning English from the childhood,
Right.
and it is a very basic thing.
Right.
But still, is this a kind of problem they are facing in the school? The base is weak. What is the major thing in that?
बेस वीक नहीं है एक्चुअली. हमारा जो एजुकेशन सिस्टम है उसने इंग्लिश को अडेप्ट किया है.
Yeah.
ठीक है. सो जब आप एक फॉरेन लैंग्वेज अडेप्ट करके पढ़ाना शुरू करते हो, देयर आर लॉट ऑफ ट्रायल्स एंड एरर्स.
Yeah.
ओके. एंड पोस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस यही हुआ है. सो लेट्स से व्हेन आई वाज in school and how I studied English is drastically different from how it is taught today.
Yeah.
So I probably passed out in 2012. So it's been almost 11 years.
Yeah.
11 साल में इतना फर्क आ गया है and thankfully it's a good change I'll say because अभी linguistic approach थोड़ा innovative हो गया है, more practical. But when I used to learn, I was assessed on parameters like handwriting neat and clean है, स्पेलिंग सही है, जो रट्टा मारा था, जो एग्जैक्ट एक पैराग्राफ आपको दिया गया था उसमें से आप कितना प्रिसाइजली एक्सट्रैक्ट करके लिख पा रहे हो. स्किल बेस्ड लर्निंग बेसिकली इंग्लिश की कभी यहाँ पर सिखाई नहीं गई शुरू से. सो दिस हैज हैपेंड इन द लास्ट 10-15 years कि ये यू नो इट हैज एस्केलेटेड टू अ लेवल वेयर पीपल आर टेकिंग इट सीरियसली नाउ एंड दे वांट टू मेक श्योर दैट इंग्लिश इज सॉर्ट ऑफ गिवन एज अ स्किल, not as an acquired language.
Yeah.
Because it is important to understand कि अब global language है तो उसको अच्छे से तो बोलना है, structurally सही भी होनी चाहिए. अब वो रट्टा मार के तो आप नहीं करा सकते. But ये approach भी अभी बहुत limited है to I'll say tier 1 cities.
Yes.
या tier
Yes.
2 cities at max.
Yes.
वो भी IB school
Yes.
के you know चलते या
Yes.
से some CBS की schools जो अभी थोड़ा innovation कर रहे हैं. But when you go to tier 3 cities, you will still find the same approach. वो टीचर बता देगा कि ये A फॉर एप्पल है, ये रहा पिक्चर, ये B फॉर बॉल है, ये
Yes.
रहा पिक्चर.
Yes.
देखो और समझो.
Yes.
So linguistics में एक अप्रोच होता है which is called the LSRW,
Okay.
which goes as listening, speaking, reading and writing.
Writing.
So this is the sequence which is you know ideally followed. But India में क्या होता है? How did you learn? You tell me. What was the first thing you remember about English?
The first thing they have taught me A for apple, so I understand that A is for apple,
Right.
B for ball.
Right.
These are the articles A and the.
Right.
You have to place it there. You have to place there. So you have mentioned the thing like the tier 1 and tier 2 thing. Like if I talk about the Delhi government school, Delhi government has matlab placed a very major role in terms of school education and especially for the government sector. Like government schools are getting now a very privilege. But if I talk about the tier 3 cities like Bihar, UP, their real situation and the real condition of that school is very bad. The students are not getting a proper base
Right.
regarding the education.
Right.
They are facing a lot of problem. They are not doing the practical thing. So what are your thoughts on that?
See, it has a lot to do with how the teachers are teaching and how the teachers are taught. Let's be clear. वो
Yeah.
teachers अपने आप से सीख के नहीं आते हैं.
Yeah.
तभी recently पिछले 4-5 साल में या पिछले 10 साल में I'll say B.Ed में जो which is your you know bachelor's in education,
Yeah.
उसके करिकुलम में बहुत drastic changes करे गए थे. B.Ed introduce किया गया था by University of Delhi, which is a holistic approach to how you teach different subjects, be it English, be it mathematics, be it science, be it you know any sort of computer based subject. The whole idea by the curriculum team, I believe, was to make sure that the learning is holistic, as in all the domains, all the bases are covered. Second of all, it was to ensure that वो रट्टाफिकेशन नहीं हो रहा है. So अभी अगर मैं वापस से अपने स्कूल में जाकर भी अगर कोई क्लास ऑब्जर्व करने बैठूंगी तो आई विल सी प्रोबेबली कि वो टीचर वही ब्लैक बोर्ड और चौक और 2-4 TLM विच इज टीचिंग लर्निंग मटीरियल, वो 2-4 फ्लैश कार्ड लेके पढ़ा रही होगी. बट नो बडी विल टेल दोज किड्स कि अब रियल लाइफ में तुम कहाँ इन वर्ड्स को देख पा रहे हो. चेयर सामने है तो आप बच्चे को ये भी तो बता सकते हो ना दैट दिस इज अ चेयर, दैट्स हाउ यू प्रोनाउंस इट. मे बी यू कैन मेक देम लिसन टू सम सॉन्ग्स. नाउ यूट्यूब चैनल्स आर देयर वेयर यू विल सी दैट द टॉडलर्स आर stuck to the screen and they're just listening to songs on repeat. It was not there 10 years back.
No.
तो जब आप कहते हो कि हमने ग्रामर पढ़ी है, हमने तो इंग्लिश पढ़ी है, आपने पढ़ी है, पर आपने उसको प्रैक्टिकली नहीं पढ़ा है, आपको नहीं पता कि उसको ग्रामर स्ट्रक्चर पढ़ के मुझे यूज कहाँ करना है. सेकेंड ऑफ ऑल, सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत कहाँ आती है, हम नेटिव लैंग्वेज हिंदी में बात करते हैं घर पे, राइट? बहुत कम लोग होते होंगे जो अपने घर पे इंग्लिश में बात करते होंगे. आई डोंट बिलीव देयर आर मेनी पीपल. हाँ, नाउ देयर इज अ राइज इन दैट नंबर एज वेल, बट अर्लियर इफ आई टॉक अबाउट माई फैमिली, I don't think so. Even if it was like 2% of talking in English, it was bare minimum. So you don't get exposure to that language. And like I said, LSRW, you begin by listening. You don't begin by watching a flashcard and watching a picture and then trying to make sense कि अच्छा ये alphabet है और इसके जैसा दिखता है. That's a very I'll say basic approach to teaching. That is not at all holistic. That will not give you any results. So the main area of concern lies in the way of acquiring this language, which has changed now, which is changing with time. And I believe English acquisition अब थोड़ा better होगा with time in schools. You were talking about the government in Delhi is doing a lot. So if you talk about the Delhi government particularly, NCT areas में, NCR regions में, the DESU is running many campaigns to teach English as a spoken skill to school students as well as to people who are already either employed or are looking for employment, which is called vocational training. So there are many centers which are established across Delhi where you will find certified trainers going in on weekly basis and conducting lectures of about 2 hours, 3 hours. And it is sort of based on the whole idea of LSRW, that they listen first. So you have audios, you have visuals, you have role plays. All right, it's not about okay, this is grammar, this is noun, this is pronoun, this is where you use it, this is how you do role plays. You tell them then and there. The feedback is very solid. So I think Delhi में ये बहुत अच्छे से हो पा रहा है. Other tier cities still need to sort of ramp this up and work on this, but it will take time because this is a very new approach to us as well, and not many people are sort of aware about it or very qualified to conduct it or take care of it. So ये बहुत एक नया डोमेन है अभी इंडिया में. It will take another, I believe, 10 years or so. और सबसे बड़ा मेजर फैक्टर जो आता है, जो हम बोल नहीं पाते हैं, उसका रीजन होता है हम प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर पाते. तो see, if you know something but you're not using it, ultimately जंग लग जाता है आपकी नॉलेज को, right? अब I studied mathematics up till class 12th, but now you ask me any formulas or so, मैंने पिछले 10-11 साल में यूज नहीं करे हैं, मुझे नहीं पता. And I had PCM by the way, but मुझे नहीं पता. But English, I've been practicing, I've been working on that. So I have evolved in that subject. So practice is a very major area that we sort of leave untouched at most of the times. So that is very problematic. India also, if you I'll take an example from my personal experience. So I teach kids across all age groups. So I've seen kids who are based out of India, even if they are of Indian ethnicity, they speak impeccable English. English as in, sometimes even I do wonder that okay, they must be really good in English, but when it comes to the grammar part, they don't know much about it. So there's a contradiction there. इंडियंस को ग्रामर पता होता है, स्पोकन इंग्लिश नहीं आता. उनको स्पोकन इंग्लिश आता है पर उनको ग्रामर नहीं पता. रीजन बीइंग वो बचपन से उस एनवायरनमेंट में पले बड़े हैं, राइट? हम जब छोटे होंगे तो शायद हमें किसी ने नहीं बोला होगा कि अच्छा ये मम्मा, ये पापा, ये चेयर, ये एप्पल, ये वाटर. हमने सुन सुन के सीखा.
Exactly.
Everybody listens and then they acquire.
Yeah.
So when I say the LSRW wala part, this is where the listening comes in. And even when you know delve deeper into this child psychology thing, you will find that kids learn when they listen. They
agree.
assimilate.
Yeah, agree.
So assimilation is very, very important, and that's why listening is very, very important. And then comes the speaking part, which is you will find in most of the kids who are residing out of India, you will find they have this quality. They do speak really well, exceptionally well, and they understand everything. But when it comes to the structural part of it, how to use it grammatically, maybe they lag behind because the grammar parts are not taught to them that well, as well that it is taught in India. But listening और speaking उनका बहुत solid होता है. क्यों? क्योंकि वो बचपन से उसको सुनते रहते हैं, बोलते रहते हैं, practice हो रहा है side by side. So I think that makes a lot of impact. Like even in India, whatever your mother tongue is, nobody teaches you the grammar when you're 1 or 2 years old.
Yes.
Nobody sits down with you कि आओ बेटा आज तुमको बताते हैं कि व्यंजन क्या है, क्रिया क्या है. तुम खुद समझते हो, तुम खुद सुनते हो. You listen कि अच्छा मैं खाना खा रही हूँ, तुमको पता है. क्यों? क्योंकि तुमने सुना है वो. घर पे 3-4 बार सुन रहे हो दिन में. So you sort of inherit it in your mind. It's sort of stamped. कि अच्छा ये सेंटेंस इस तरीके से बनता है, इसको ऐसे बोलते हैं, इसका ये प्रोनाउंसिएशन है. राइट किसी शब्द का प्रॉपर प्रोनाउंसिएशन आपको कोई बोल बोल के बार बार नहीं सिखाता है, आप खुद एक्वायर करते हो. सो दैट्स द मेजर डिफरेंस बिटवीन हाउ इंग्लिश इज टॉट एंड हाउ इट शुड बी टॉट एक्चुअली.
आई थिंक ये फॉरेन वाली जो कल्चर या बचपन से लोग वो बोलने की प्रैक्टिस कर रहे हैं, अब ये चीज़ मेरे हिसाब से थोड़ी इंडिया में भी आ रही है. क्योंकि आज के पेरेंट्स चाहते हैं कि मेरा बच्चा बहुत अच्छी इंग्लिश बोले, एकदम मतलब बचपन से ही उसको ऐसा इन्वायरमेंट देते. वो खुद भी कोशिश, उनको खुद टूटी फूटी इंग्लिश आती, लेकिन वो फिर भी कोशिश करते कि मेरा बच्चा को इंग्लिश अच्छी आनी चाहिए. उसके लिए वो छोटे छोटे वर्ड्स को जैसे डोंट गो आउटसाइड, प्लीज कम,
प्लीज सिट, स्टैंड अप, डोंट टच. तो वो भी धीरे धीरे करके वो अपने बच्चे से इसी तरीके से कम्युनिकेट करते हैं. रीजन बिहाइंड कि वो नहीं चाहते कि जिस तरीके की प्रॉब्लम उन्होंने अपने इंग्लिश में वाले फेज में सफर की है उनका बच्चा करे. और यू वोंट बिलीव, मेरी एक 5 साल की नीस है, वो मतलब उसकी इंग्लिश इतनी अमेजिंग है. रीजन बिहाइंड उसका पूरा स्कूल का एनवायरनमेंट है दैट इज वहाँ पे मैंडेटरी है आपको इंग्लिश बोलना है. एंड इवन जब वो पार्क जाती है तो वो भी अपने सारे फ्रेंड्स के साथ इंग्लिश में बोलती है. और मतलब वो अभी सिर्फ KG1 में या KG2 में, और उसके बाद भी एंड आई वाज लाइक कि भाई मैं नर्सरी में ऐसे प्रॉपर वर्ड्स नहीं बोल पाती थी, और ये पूरी सेंटेंसेस वो थोड़ी गलत भी बोलती है, ग्रामर्स उसके गड़बड़ रहते हैं. लेकिन लोग जब उसको कमेंट करते हैं कि यार दिस इज अ वेरी गुड थिंग कि इतनी कॉन्फिडेंटली इस एज में इतने अच्छे से बात कर रही है, तो आई थिंक दैट वो एक कल्चर अब धीरे धीरे इंडिया में भी आ रहा है. हाँ, जहाँ पे स्टूडेंट को मतलब छोटे छोटे बच्चों को पेरेंट्स खुद घर पे इनिशिएटिव लेके इनके साथ इंग्लिश में बात कर रहे हैं. हमारे साथ प्रॉब्लम क्या होता था कि हम इंग्लिश को ऐसा सीखना है करके हमने उसको दिमाग में बिठा लिया. आई थिंक दैट इज द मेजर प्रॉब्लम जिसके कारण हम इतना हिचकिचाते हैं. साइकोलॉजिकली इतना स्ट्रेस बिल्ड हो जाता था. आई मीन आई विल से इवन अभी भी होता है. सी फॉर मी एंड यू प्रोबेबली इट्स अ बिट इजियर टू कमेंट ऑन दिस क्योंकि हमारा इंग्लिश ठीक ठाक है, हम समझ पाते हैं, बोल पाते हैं, प्रोनाउंसिएशंस ओके हैं. टॉक टू समबडी जिसको वो कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, एंड यू विल फाइंड दैट इट हैज मोर टू डू विद द एटीट्यूड ऑफ इट. Right, so I just went through a study and I found out, I was going through it and I read somewhere that there's a mute culture. So people who have English as a second language, people like us Indians, so there's a mute culture wherein they do understand कि वो बोल क्या रहा है, okay, what is the native speaker talking about, but they can't talk about it themselves. Okay, so they have good listening powers, they have good listening comprehension, but they can't really talk about it themselves. So that is the mute culture, और वो इंडिया में भी है. You will find many people जो आप जो बोल रहे हो समझ लेंगे, उनको पता होगा आप exactly क्या बात बोल रहे हो. But the same thing when it comes to the talking part, the speaking part, वो इतना confidently उसको नहीं cater कर पाते हैं. Reason being, like I mentioned, practice नहीं है. vocabulary build up ही नहीं हो पाती है. आप सोचते हो मैं ये बोलना चाहती हूँ, पर ये बोलने के लिए मुझे ये नहीं पता कि मैं एग्जैक्टली वर्ड क्या यूज करूं,
एग्जैक्टली
बोलूं कैसे, राइट?
Yeah.
तो हम कंफर्टेबल किस में रहते हैं? अपनी नेटिव लैंग्वेज में। वो कंफर्ट अगर हम इस सेकंड लैंग्वेज में ही बना लेना, देन देयर इज नथिंग दैट कैन स्टॉप अस। बट वो करने के लिए आपको चाहिए डेडिकेशन, यू नीड अ थरो प्रैक्टिस, यू नीड अ डेडिकेटेड, आई विल से प्रैक्टिस, somebody to talk to, somebody to converse to. Until unless you start doing that, there is no way you can learn this language on a proficient level. ओके, इंग्लिश सीखने का मतलब ये नहीं होता है कि आपकी एक्सेंट एकदम ब्रिटिश है या अमेरिकन है एंड यू साउंड वेरी यू नो फॉरेन इन योर टोन. That is not learning English. That is just copying. You're just imitating.
Yeah.
You don't know the ABCD of it, but you're good at imitating.
Yeah.
You don't understand what they're saying, but again, you're good at imitating. Okay. Again, people want कि vocabulary हो तो ऐसी हो कि बिल्कुल, you know, mind blowing, just like Mr. Shashi Tharoor. नहीं तो छोटे मोटे words तो use करने ही नहीं है. तो वो भी नहीं होता है. Somebody comes to you and they tell you कि ओ ये 1 महीने का 10 दिन का crash course कर लो, अंग्रेजी सीख लो.
And I think there are several shops in the market who are saying आओ 1 हफ्ते में एकदम fluent English सीख लो.
तो fluent होता क्या है? Somebody ask them what is fluency. Fluency is when you don't fumble.
Yeah.
जब आपको पता है मुझे exactly किस context में ये शब्द यूज करके मैं exactly इस तरीके से एक meaningful sentence बना सकती हूँ.
Yeah.
That is fluency.
Yeah.
अब कौन सी किताब और कौन सा चैनल या कौन सी जगह तुमको 1 हफ्ते में फ्लुएंट या 10 दिन में फ्लुएंट बना के दे सकता है विदाउट द बेसिक और फंडामेंटल अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द कॉन्सेप्ट्स. लैंग्वेज एक्विजिशन इज अ साइंटिफिक अप्रोच. Okay, it is not a crash course to be done in 10 days. Sure, आप रट्टे मार के आ जाओ वर्ड्स के, बट आप उनको प्लेस कहाँ करोगे अगर आपको कॉन्टेक्स्ट ही नहीं पता है.
Exactly.
So I think that's where the problem in India is. There are too many things going on at once. क्योंकि नॉलेज नहीं है, बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग अभी यू नो द मास इज नॉट अवेयर ऑफ इट. तो एनीबडी हु कम्स अराउंड एंड टेल्स अस कि ओ आई विल मेक यू फ्लुएंट इन यू नो व्हाट 15 days, ये इंटरव्यू है तुम्हारा इंपॉर्टेंट, कोई बात नहीं, आई विल ट्रेन यू, आई विल गिव यू ऑल द मटेरियल यू नीड. तुमने मटेरियल तो दे दिया, हाउ इज दिस पर्सन गोइंग टू यूज इट? If you did not sit with them and talk to them one on one for at least half an hour or 1 hour a day to tell them where they are lagging, what pronunciations they got wrong, where they fumbled, how do you expect them to learn? Just by reading those notes. तो फिर तो स्कूल टीचिंग में जो हमने स्कूल में पढ़ा था जिस तरीके से और जो अब पढ़ रहे हैं उसमें क्या ही डिफरेंस रह गया है? Where is the acquisition of language happening? So for me, English has been relatively easier to understand for some reason. I don't know. It just happened naturally. But if I go to learn a third language, let's say Spanish. तो स्पेनिश सीखने के लिए मैं पहले उसको सुनना शुरू करूंगी ना कि ये साउंड कैसी करती है, किस तरीके से प्रोनाउंस करते हैं. अब मुझे पता है वहाँ पे वर्ड लिखा है कोई, ठीक है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल लिखा है SENOR, तो मैं उसको सिनोर पढ़ूं कि मैं उसको सेनोर पढ़ूं, मुझे तो नहीं पता, मैं कुछ भी बोल सकती हूँ. बट इफ आई हैव हर्ड दैट इट्स सिनोर, I know how to pronounce it. And then maybe when I'm looking at that word, it will make sense to me. And I do that, by the way. I watch movies on Netflix with subtitles probably in Spanish, or sometimes I listen to the audios in Spanish, and that sort of helps me to understand. So English भी ऐसे ही function करता है. Any language that is being acquired as a second or third language has to start with listening. Otherwise, there's no point of it, you know, learning it, because you won't be acquiring it. You will just be sort of वो रट्टे मारने वाली बात हो जाएगी. So yeah.
अच्छा, tell me one thing. Do you think that technology plays a major role in English? Like if we talk about, अगर हम 10 साल पहले के बारे में बात करें, हमारे पास उस टाइम पे इतनी टेक्नोलॉजी नहीं थी. अब हमारे पास बहुत टेक्नोलॉजी आ गई है. ऑलमोस्ट हम अपने फोन में घुसे रहते हैं कोई भी चीज के लिए. तो क्या कहना है आपका उसके बारे में?
See, now is the time to bank upon it. वो एक होता है ना चांस पे डांस मारने वाली बात. So if you want to learn a language, do that. You've got Netflix. Okay. Watch some really nice movies on it. You get entertained for I think $650 a month, which is okay, fine, still
even
doable.
$199
Yeah, $199 ले लो, कोई बात नहीं, दोस्तों के साथ शेयर कर लो, that's fine. So the idea is you get diverse genres of English movies over there.
Yeah.
So some of the recommendations that I have are, you can watch Friends, which is a sitcom.
Yeah.
I think it's highly revered and
Yeah.
loved by everyone around
Yeah.
the globe. Most of the people. Not
Yeah.
many people like it though, but okay, you develop a taste.
Yeah.
The reason is that it is very, it's very hip. It tells you about things, it tells you about culture, it tells you about idiomatic expressions. Idiomatic expressions as in जैसे native,
Yeah.
language learners अपने आप में आपस में बात करते हैं, किस तरीके से वो बात करते हैं, क्या phrases use करते हैं. So वो show आपको एक बहुत अच्छा insight देता है उस सारे domain में. Then there is a movie which is A Man Called Otto, which is a movie in which Tom Hanks plays a very major role. So that's a very cute movie. You can watch that movie. Again, it's a man and a Spanish family that comes home next to him, and whole exchange of cultures, exchange of talks. So you get to learn from that as well. You can watch Modern Family. I think it's available on Hotstar easily. You can watch How I Met Your Mother. These are all sitcoms. On Amazon Prime, you have The Mentalist, which is again a sitcom, and it has, I think, 8 or 9 seasons. So, sorry, more than that, I believe, yeah. So, lot of things to go through. First, on Netflix, if you go, you will find a whole list of different genres that you can cater to. You have crime, you have thriller, you have docu-series, you have documentaries, you have horror, you have comedy, you have all sort of international movies. So just the whole idea is to have that visual approach. You're listening and you're watching simultaneously. This does wonders to your brain. I mean, this is a scientific thing. I'm just talking about the facts here. So when you have audio visual aids, it just helps you to understand anything with, I'll say, 10 times better capacity rather than just reading it or writing it. So even if you look at today's approach about teaching, you will find that a lot of emphasis has been laid on audio-visual aids. This is the reason for that. Again, if you want to listen how people talk, how conversations are basically made, what fillers to use, because what happens is we don't know what fillers to use sometimes.
And in middle of that, people use
you fumble there. You're like ab kaise bolu, kya bolu. So when you want to learn that flowing conversation, listen to people having conversation in English. What's better than that? Okay, so for example, the Beer Biceps podcast by Ranveer Alabadia. You go to the English version of that. He does that in Hindi as well, I believe. Go to the English one. You will see how two people are just sitting and talking to each other very effortlessly. They are not putting much of a fancy vocabulary, fancy structure. No. They're just having very basic conversation with each other. So listen to them doing that. Go to YouTube, pick any English language song that you would like to, anything that you prefer. You get Eminem, you get Britney Spears, you want to listen to Jay-Z, you want to listen to Beyonce, you want to listen to Taylor Swift. Do that. Okay, even if you want to listen to BTS, just put the English subtitles on, but just listen to it. Okay, listen to it and look at it.
Of that.
Listen and look. These two combinations are short ways of learning a language. No crash course is going to give you that.
Exactly.
Don't put your money on that. So that's not going to happen. And I think another important aspect is to have somebody to talk to.
Exactly.
Okay. Now with our circle of friends, we get so comfortable that I don't think anybody, even if somebody starts speaking in English for practice purposes, somebody in the group will be like, "Arey yaar." They make fun. So they'll make fun. It is not very comfortable because these are your friends. And even though you would want them to understand कि भाई I'm doing this for the sake of learning, वो दोस्त हैं वो दोस्त ही रहेंगे, उनको शायद ना समझ में आए. So you need somebody with whom you are not comfortable. Okay, comfortable as in somebody who's a stranger to you. You're talking to them, but you're talking to them for a practice purpose. Okay, your goal is to understand a new set of vocabulary, maybe a new word that they used. Maybe your goal is to understand how to pronounce words. Maybe your goal is to see how fluently or how effortlessly you can talk. But you will need somebody to do that.
Exactly.
You can't be standing in front of the mirror, okay, for half an hour a day and talking to yourself, because then you're not getting any feedback in return. मुझे अपने अंदर कोई कमी नहीं दिखेगी,
नहीं।
मैं तो जैसे भी इंग्लिश बोल रही हूँ बहुत बढ़िया बोल रही हूँ, ओके,
Yeah.
एटलीस्ट मैं बोल रही हूँ.
Yeah.
So we have that mindset. So we need somebody to talk to so that we can have the appropriate feedback.
Yeah.
कि ओके यहाँ पर थोड़ा थोड़ा गड़बड़ हुई है, यहाँ पर चेंजेस करने पड़ेंगे, ये चेंजेस एग्जैक्टली करने पड़ेंगे, स्ट्रक्चरली करने हैं कि वोकैबुलरी में करने हैं कि फ्लुएंसी में करने हैं कि प्रोनाउंसिएशन में करने हैं, ये सब पता चलेगा. बट यू नीड टू प्रैक्टिस बाय स्पीकिंग. ओके, सो व्हेन वी से लर्निंग बाय स्पीकिंग, दिस इज व्हाट वी मीन. वी नीड समबडी टू टॉक टू सो दैट we at least get to know how this other person is using some new words or how we are going to use some new words.
So, दो क्या एडवाइस आप देना चाहती है उन लोगों को जिन्होंने एकदम बिल्कुल इंग्लिश में ऐसे एंट्री की है, बस
So अभी लर्न करना शुरू करा है,
लर्न करना शुरू करा है.
So like I mentioned, listening बहुत important है. Okay, you listen to certain things, maybe songs, you watch videos, you watch a sitcom, you watch a movie, that's your choice. Basically the idea is to let your ears acclimatize to that sort of pronunciation, to the vocabulary and how people talk in general. Second of all, practicing with someone. Practicing as in talking with someone on a day-to-day basis is really crucial for anybody who is beginning to learn this language. तो जब तक आप बोलोगे नहीं किसी के साथ,
आप सीखोगे
भी नहीं, बिल्कुल भी नहीं. So that's important.
I think that should be the motto of that person. जब तक बोलोगे नहीं सीखोगे नहीं. तो अपने अंदर की वो हिचकिचाहट है उसको खत्म करो और आगे बढ़ के बोलना
बैठा लो.
दिमाग में कोई क्रैश कोर्स नहीं है. मैं बहुत बड़ी एक मिथ क्लियर कर देना चाहती हूँ कि अगर आपको कोई बोल रहा है कि ये आप इंग्लिश 5 दिन में मैं आपको सिखा दूंगा, या कोई बोर्ड आपको देखे डू इंग्लिश इन लर्न इंग्लिश इन 5 days, मत जाओ. इट्स अ ट्रैप, मत करो.
इट्स अ जोक.
एग्जैक्टली, इट्स अ जोक.
बिकॉज़
अपने अंदर के वो
दैट्स नॉट हैपनिंग एट ऑल.
एग्जैक्टली. तो अपने अंदर के वो हिचक को हटाओ, घबराओ नहीं, डर के को सामना करो, आगे आओ, लोग को पकड़ो और बात करो. दैट्स द मेजर मोटो आई फील.
That's true to its essence. Yeah. So also for spoken English, right? I'm not talking about the written aspect abhi, I'm talking about the spoken aspect. So जब तक आप प्रैक्टिस नहीं करेंगे, बोलेंगे नहीं या किसी भी तरीके का कम्युनिकेशन एस्टैब्लिश नहीं करेंगे वर्बल, इंग्लिश स्पीक करना is going to be a mammoth task. वो इंग्लिश स्पीक करना ही रह जाएगा. So the whole point is कि ग्रामर पे इतना फोकस ना दें. ओके, ग्रामर इज देयर टू हेल्प यू विद द बेसिक. फाउंडेशन है, उस पे आगे जो तुमको बिल्डअप करना है वो तुम प्रैक्टिस से करोगे. लिसन टू थिंग्स, लिसन टू द वोकैबुलरी, लिसन टू द प्रोनाउंसिएशन, वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो ये 2-3 चीजें अगर हम डे टू डे बेसिस पे करना शुरू कर दें, देन आई डोंट थिंक देयर इज एनी क्रैश कोर्स अवेलेबल इन इंडिया विच कैन बीट दिस और विच कैन टेल यू हाउ टू एक्चुअली लर्न द लैंग्वेज. सो देयर इज नो हैंडबुक टू लर्निंग इंग्लिश. इट्स ओनली प्रैक्टिस and practical skills that you put to use. That's very important.
So as Rachita mentioned, there is no such kind of handbook to learn. If you want to learn English, so basically you have to start speaking. You have to take initiative and you have to speak. That's the solution where you will find. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for Rachita for joining us.
Thank you. It was lovely.
We will be coming up with this kind of sessions in the next part. So till then, stay connected. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.